Brian and Burmo, Ahmad, Cunha, and Fernandes is incredible. It's a threat. It's a.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Afternoon, Michael. Looking ahead to Tottenham, you actually sat down with Thomas Frank in September, had a long chat with him ahead of their first Champions League game. Just wonder how you reflect on that chat, and I suppose it shows how life can change in a short space of time. You're now managing against him this weekend.
Yeah, certainly could change. I really enjoyed it actually. It was we got on really well. It was the first time I've met him really properly, and we had a good chat just about general football kind of things, and a little bit on processes and ideas a little bit. But he was really accommodating actually, and I enjoyed it. So it'll be good to see him again.
It's just over 19 and a half years ago since you signed for Manchester United from Tottenham. I know you, of course, played against them many a time, but you talk about your love for the club and how you fell in love with Manchester United. Can you pinpoint when that was after you made the move from London to Manchester, and maybe when that moment was for you?
Yeah, it was pretty instant. I mean, I've got really fond memories of Tottenham and being at the club. I was there for a short time, or what feels now like a short time when you look back, but really enjoyed it. Good team. Martin Jol was manager, and there was a lot of kind of things that I learned at the club in that short period of time. But yeah, I've said it enough times. I think coming here was a jump, and a big jump at the time, and I certainly felt that pretty quickly. And then I think once you step inside this place as a footballer, then it kind of it turns you, and so pretty much from the first day, walking into the dressing room, meeting the manager, and from then on in, it was that was me.
Having sat down with Thomas just that short time ago, what kind of challenge did Tottenham bring on Saturday?
Well, they certainly bring a challenge. I think you can see, especially the way they finished the game the other day, and they've had, over a period of time, players injured and ins and outs, and a lot of changes to the team, which makes things a lot more challenging, a lot more difficult from their perspective. But getting players back, and they've got good attackers, really good attackers that look to stretch the back line and play forward and attack the box an awful lot. So it's something we certainly got to be aware of, and slightly different game to maybe what we've played over recent weeks in some ways, but we're looking forward to it. We're in a good place, and boys have worked well again this week. Again, feet on the ground. Let's not get carried away with what's gone on, but it's about what's next again. So big challenge ahead, but we're looking forward to it.
And for yourself, obviously it's a great start, Michael, but has it even surprised you at how well it's gone to this point?
To be honest, it was coming in at the very start, and then to get the game so quickly, it was kind of step by step. So I wasn't really looking too far ahead, and obviously people were saying at the time of the first two games at that point were standout games, and expecting a tough start, and in some ways that maybe helped, and to get the whole group and focused and alive, if you like, going into both games. But yeah, I didn't really look too far ahead, and I couldn't allow myself to do that. But certainly over time, we kind of got a vague idea of what we want it to look like coming through the door, and certainly since we've been here, that becomes a lot clearer in what direction we want to go in. And how we want to play, but certainly the three wins have been fantastic in different ways. So we feel confident we've got a lot of growth in the team and the squad, but it's coming from a good place.
Hi Michael. Matthias de Ligt and Mason Mount weren't pictured in training the other day. When are you expecting those two to be back available for you?
Yeah, probably Mason sooner. He's not too far away really. So we're hopeful it won't be too long at all for Mace. Matt a little bit. He's working his way back. He's taking good steps and he's improving. And it's been really positive. A little bit too soon at the moment, but hopefully it won't be too long as well.
Just wanted as well to ask, there's some gaps coming up in the schedule. There was talk earlier in the campaign about mid-season friendlies. I think Ruben Amorim, the predecessor, said United would have to do it due to missing out European football, the need for revenues and things like that. Is that something that you're aware that's going to be happening? Are plans afoot to go anywhere?
Yeah, at this stage, it's nothing's confirmed, or we are aware of the schedule, and there is some kind of spaces, if you like, that we can use in different ways. So it's all up for discussion at the moment, but nothing's been decided, and it might happen, it might not. We'll just have to wait and see.
Michael, in terms of the kind of future of the football club and looking beyond like the next game, when it comes to shaping the squad for next season, does the fact that there is uncertainty over the manager's position, is that going to be a hindrance? You've been a player, you know what it's like. Do players want certainty about what's going to happen if they're thinking about coming here?
The players have been spot on and fully focused, to be honest. I think we're all aware of the bigger situation and what ifs and what might happen, but I think as a player anyway, you're focused on what's ahead of you and trying to achieve what you can at this moment in time and for the rest of the season. So I've got no issues with it. I've got no concerns. The lads have been better than you could imagine in terms of fully invested in it, and I've said that over the last couple of weeks anyway. So we're just focusing on being better and improving and getting ourselves in this club to where we want to be, and it's small steps, but it's obviously a big end to the season that we're looking towards.
And just finally, you're doing this today because tomorrow there's a commemoration from Munich. Could you just explain, from someone who's been in the club and knows about the club, what that remembrance means to you?
Yeah, it means a great deal, I have to say. I think just saying about when I how long did it take to kind of love this place and love being in this place. It was quickly, and as soon as you come, you're made aware, and you can't help but know and understand the history. And I think it's a responsibility that when you work here, you play, you coach here, you understand what's come before us and behaviours and responsibilities that we need to carry through. And Munich is probably the biggest part of the history of this club in terms of the tragedy itself, how the team and the football club bounced back from it and then went on to success, and everything from there was carried on. And it's Sir Alex, when I came, would mention it. It was important to him, it was important to us, and then it ends up becoming a way of life and a way of the club. And I think it's important that we carried it on, and I was here for the 50th, I was here for the 60th, see about the 70th, we're not sure yet, but being aware of it and being around it, and then especially in them moments, you really feel that emotion, to be honest with you. And inside the stadium tomorrow, not tomorrow, but on Saturday, I'm sure we'll feel it as well.
We know Tottenham have played better away from home as well. Old Trafford is a big occasion. What have you made of Carrick so far? He's had an excellent start, and their style of play.
Yeah, I think he's had a great start. Seems like there was injected a little bit of energy or whatever into the team. And I think it looks like some of the players are they are in a good place. We know the threats. I also think the post before from Brian Mbeumo, Ahmad, Cunha, and Fernandes is getting this team ticking. He's done that the last 4 or 5 years. It's been incredible. So it's a threat. It's a challenge, but we're all looking forward to it.
And lastly, Xavi Simons, it seems like he's playing, he's expressing himself, he's playing with more freedom. Of course, the whole team's level needs to be consistent and uplift, but individually, is this just all you wanted to see from him just enjoying his football a bit more and taking more risk?
Yeah, but I think he took plenty of risk also when he started. I just think now, of course, naturally, he's more consistent. He's knowing his teammates better. The teammates know him better. We become a little bit more consistent. He's adapting more and more to the Premier League, and also to play Premier League and Champions League is just different. and I agree that his last performance has been very good, and the way he is, how can you say, creating for the team in different ways. I like that. If it's a touch ball in behind, or if it's driving the ball, slide pass outside the foot, cross. So I think he's getting better and better.
Thank you.
Ian, please.
Hi Thomas, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Sorry to go back to Romero's text messages, or sorry, not text, social media posts. You said that we should ask him, but we don't get a chance to ask him. So I'm asking you as his manager. 4 times now this season he's sent messages which could have either...
4 times?
I think it's 4 times, certainly 3, that he could have embarrassed the club or has mentioned the hierarchy at the club. Just asking, do you think that it's acceptable, and do you think that having had a word with him maybe on a couple of occasions beforehand, it's maybe not getting through to him?
First and foremost, I don't know it's 4, or maybe you've got better numbers than me. I know after the Bournemouth game and this game, those are the 2 I can relate to. Of course, like with a lot of things, we're dealing with it internally in terms of what we're taking care of it. That's my main message to that.
But by dealing with it internally, I mean, Pedro Porro sent out a couple of social media messages as well. I mean, would you prefer your squad not to go on social media, and just, if you haven't got anything positive to say, just don't say anything on social media?
The social media, I think I can't get rid of it. I think it's what some people call the future, or is the now, whatever it is. So it's out there, and one thing I do know, we all definitely put too much attention to social media, all of us, and it seems like everything was written on the social media is the truth. It's such a small number of people who are actually writing something out there, and everything we just take for no, that's the truth, which I think is a challenge in general, overall. But of course, with everything, that's the way it is, and we just need to deal with it.
Finally, your challenge most immediately is Manchester United. It seems that this season United and Spurs have gone in very different directions since they met in the Europa League final last season. United, after a slow start, now are looking at getting back into Europe and the Champions League. For Spurs, what is the ambition in the Premier League from here until the end of the season?
I also think it's maybe a nice little context to say that Man United don't play European football. I think we can all acknowledge there's a little bit. It's extra challenge. It's something we embrace and we're happy with. So I think let's judge us when we are on the same challenges. The ambition is that we want to do very well and carry on with the good performances and beat Man United in 2 days' time.
Thanks, Thomas.
You're welcome.
Alistair, please.
Hi Thomas, just one more on the Romero post. Just wary about, I know it's social media and you can't take too much, but so many of the players liked the post, and I just wonder, is that make it even more of a delicate thing for you to have to deal with internally in terms of punishment, whatever was done, because this kind of wealth of feeling among the squad, it seems?
First and foremost, we don't know.
And then if you just said you wanted one player to score a goal, if anybody, any United fan, any United coach would have said, I want one player to score a goal, it would be Sesko, because he's had a real difficult time since he's come to the club. And Cunha and then Burmo just look like Manchester United players straight away, the way in which they take the ball, they attack defenders. And Ahmad's come back from AFCON looking really strong, and Bruno's in great form. So you've got that front four that looks like it's established with Dorgu, who I've not even mentioned. So he looked like he was just playing a bit part role, but that will be so big for Sesko to score a winning goal at the Stretford end. To come back like they did, it very much Manchester United like. Michael Carrick will have had sort of not making it easy for himself. He'll be there tonight thinking, you know what I mean? Because this was again another test, another type of test where a team are sort of lower down the table than obviously Arsenal and City, are the 2 best teams in the league. So a different type of test, different type of question. He'll have some work to go through with his players, but yeah, a very important day for Manchester United, very important day for Michael Carrick, and a glorious sort of end to the game, which is typical of Manchester United historically, where they sort of, make it very hard for themselves, but then go and score the late winner. And it was a good work down there. He let the ball roll across his body, Bruno Fernandes, just again putting it simply into a box. Sesko just gets it, rolls it, and he's got a really good strike on him. That's one thing he does have. and a big 3 points. I think that would have been a devastating sort of dropping of 2 points in terms of what you're talking about with Chelsea and Liverpool. It's going to need to be pretty consistent now. I think the others are going to really ramp it up, and United look like they're in a good place.
Did you see Liverpool last night?
I did. I got back about 8:10. And at that point, Newcastle were doing really well in the game. I was enjoying my Saturday evening. And then they score, and they hit the post. I think Harvey Barnes hit the post, didn't he? And they were doing really well. They look a real threat. They score, and all of a sudden, but the response from Liverpool was excellent. And I've been saying it for quite a while. I mean, Ekitike has been fantastic. I've not been saying that for quite a while. But Wirtz has just got to get himself in that left channel as close to the penalty box as he possibly can, because he really can slow his mind down in those final moments. Wirtz, he's got the real composure, cold mind. I've said all season, I think he drops far too deep. And there is an element of watching sort of Bruno Fernandes now close to Mbeumo, watching Pablo close to Castellanos last night, watching these two. Just get Wirtz close to Ekitike, get them close together, get them near to each other, and you'll be in business. You'll score goals, because he's got a real sort of what would be quality in tight areas, and he can find the pass, and he can manipulate the ball and understand where he is. He knows where he is, so it's a real unique quality to be able to do that, and that's why Liverpool paid the money for him. But he looks like he's starting to purr a little bit now. It was a great response from Liverpool in what's been a real difficult time for them. So yeah, I think Chelsea, United, Liverpool, Villa right now.
What did you feel walking away from Chelsea last night about Chelsea over the course of that crazy 90 minutes?
I mean, I watched Chelsea, and honestly, I can look at them. They look like an under-10s team when they play for parts of matches, and then all of a sudden they can turn into what looks like a real good football side. You know, that's got a real energy about them and some good quality players. You'd have to say Liam Rossini will look back upon it, and he made the 7 changes, which I'm not going to criticise him for, because I actually think that can be deemed as brave. I hear a lot of managers talking about, I trust my squad, but they play the same team near on every single week. They don't trust the squad. Actually, to change your players when he's had the sort of run of games that he's had is in some ways, he's admirable. He said to those players, I want you to go out there. He said to Gittins, he said to Delap, he said to Garnacho, he said to Hato at left back, Badiashile, get out there, go and play. I trust in you. Go and play. But too many changes. It's too many changes. I remember the most difficult games I had for United were near the end of my career. A couple of games whereby the manager would leave. He used to make 5 and 6, 7 changes regularly from sort of Wednesday to Saturday, because he did trust his squad genuinely. But when he made 7 sometimes in an awkward game, West Ham having prepared for a week in better form, you can get caught out with that lack of sort of familiarity with the other players. And it almost feels like you're part of the reserve team all coming in at once.